Hey guys, thanks a lot for taking a look at our materials. My name's Alex and I'm spearheading this project. I'm going to show you the trailer and then I'm going to have my team introduce themselves and then I'll meet you back here afterwards. Thanks for taking a look. Hey guys, this is Alex, executive producer of Colony Wars Redux. I've wanted to play Colony Wars and Colony Wars Vengeance in HD ever since the PlayStation 2 came out. Now that the PlayStation 5 is out and nobody has decided to remake these games, I've taken it upon myself and I've rallied a team. I created the initial pitch. This included the model of the Hex spacecraft, some of the laser effects, all of the HD planet textures and environmental maps, a totally revamped user interface system, as well as a completely reanimated cinematic intro.
Hey gang, it's Justin here. I do the programming for the AI, movement levels, the core game logic, and that kind of stuff. One thing we spend a lot of time on is replicating the exact movement of the original Colony Wars to the extent where if you do a side-by-side with the original game, you'll see it is identical to what we're showing off right now. The AI of Redux is something I am personally really happy with. It's incredibly close to how the original game feels, and fans of the series will be very pleased with how similar everything looks and feels. We put a lot of effort into replicating not the original game, but rather how you remember the original game was to play in a sense, so it should feel just like the original while being smooth enough to shape up with other modern competitors. The AI is intelligent enough to make informed decisions while being easy enough to not destroy you constantly, which makes for a pretty fun target to play against. There's still some bugs that need to be ironed out, but for the most part, it is ready to be played against in its current state. If we had more time, I'd talk about the blast marks lasers make with objects, dynamic lighting, shadows, and shot leaders, but I think the gameplay is able to speak for itself on the level of care we've all put into this project.
Hey everyone, this is Matt here, one of the programmers on the Colony Wars Redux team. Currently, the player has access to 4 primary weapons: the conventional lasers, the anti-shield lasers, the seismic lance, and the grapple gun. There are secondary weapons, but we'll talk about those another time. Many of the enemy ships you will come across in Colony Wars Redux have shields that prevent them from taking damage from conventional lasers. This is where the anti-shield lasers come in handy. Here we can see the anti-shield lasers being used to deplete a Stormlord's shields before the conventional lasers finish the job. The seismic lance is a special primary weapon that can only be used during specific missions. In this mission, the seismic lance is used to mine crystals from the asteroid field.
This is Ops. Just keep mining that crystal. We have a fleet craft en route to collect it.
The grapple gun is a weapon that can be used to tether ships to other objects in the game.
Grapple attached.
Here we can see it being attached to an asteroid. When objects are tethered together with the grappling gun, The less massive object will be towed by the more massive one. Keep that in mind when attaching the grapple to other ships.
Grapple released.
If the ship is more massive than yours, there is a chance your ship might be the one getting towed.
Hi, this is Daniel Churton, 3D artist working on the Colony Wars Redux. The models are made in Blender and textured in Substance Painter. I made sure to keep the original shape of the ships. Each game asset has 2 levels of detail and one that is a destroyed model, with HD textures and materials baked from a high poly model. When a ship is destroyed, the model switches to another mesh that can be split apart. To help the overall dramatic effect, I've added a FX fire animation and a cloud effect.
This is Ops. Just keep mining that crystal. We have a fleet craft en route to collect it.
Working on a big project like this makes you become a jack of all trades. Knowing a little about everything, I was able to produce these graphics that you see in the gameplay.
Well, I hope you guys liked what you saw. Once again, my name's Alex. I've been a product designer now for 15 years in the Silicon Valley Bay Area. I'm known around here as Alex the Actualizer, and I'm also a published science fiction writer. I've wanted to remake the first 2 Colony Wars as long as I can remember. I've loved the series since I was a kid, and the first 2 non-linear approach to mission structure, there's never been a game like it. There's never been a game that told its story that way. And the goal of Colony Wars Redux is to recreate the first 2 Colony Wars and then create a unique third game that is a little more in line with the formula of the first 2 games. The original third game that came out in the series, Red Sun, formula was a little more linear, a little more different, a little more cinematic, but we want to recapture the magic of the first 2 games. So I hope, like I said, I hope you guys liked what you saw. When you're watching this, you will have a link to the download. You'll have a download link to our demo. We highly recommend you playing it with a PlayStation controller, as anyone who's played the originals will get a kick out of it. We thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you guys.